Oh man, guys, you know I had to react to this. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you something. When I'm critical on Xbox, when I'm critical on Microsoft, most and foremost, it's honest critical analysis. Now, the funny thing is, guys, look, when I was done watching the show and I was getting ready to make my video, I immediately was thinking about Dreamcast guy doing a video and saying something negative, and I was 100% correct because, like, it didn't suck. Forza Horizon 6 was pretty good. Beast of Reincarnation looks good. The Double Fine game, the problem with that is that it's just niche and it doesn't fit that crowd. Like I said, that would survive more in the Nintendo world, and putting it on Game Pass is nice, and PlayStation users, someone might like that, and maybe an indie crowd on Steam. Now, Fable actually delivered. We need to see more, obviously, but saying it sucked, no, dude, that's not what sucked means. So yeah, that's why I'm here to react. I haven't watched anything, and I'm ready to get into this. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know how this is. Let's go. Yeah, this may be a salt farming video. Sorry, man. No, this is definitely clickbait.
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcast guy here. Today we're talking about the Xbox Developer Direct for 2026 because I just watched it and it was bad. It was by far the worst Xbox showcase or any sort of display of future Xbox games.
Dude, really? I mean, see, look, this right here is complete BS. No, I'm sorry, bro. You're full of it. I've seen directs where they were boring. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh man, what was this? You know what I mean? Like, this was not that good. Forza Horizon 6 looks like it could be the best Forza, and it's actually next gen only. Beast of Reincarnation actually showing Game Freak go past Pokemon graphics let you know that they could have been done that. This is not an Xbox game, but that's not really what this show is about. There's only 4 games, you know what I mean? They said there was only going to be 3. We knew it was going to be a secret game. But Fable does not look like it's the worst thing ever. What are you talking about? That actually looks solid. It looks like it could be a good game. I'm not saying Game of the Year contender, but everything in the presentation looked pretty good. Forza Horizon 6 looks really good. Beast of Reincarnation, though, that's not really for the Western crowd, but it looks like it could be a good game, and it's going to be on Game Pass day one. All these games are on their service day one, and they're going to be on PlayStation and PlayStation 5 Pro to play day one and be on PC. And some of them may come to the Switch too, you never know. But all in all, I mean, no, dude, the worst ever, like, he's totally exaggerating. I don't think so. Nah, bro, I'm calling it here. This is BS.
They've ever done. This one had 4 separate games, and honestly, the only one that I actually cared about was Fable. They ended with Fable, and Fable, even though that is a completely new studio, the old people that actually invented Fable, Lionhead, they got fired like a decade ago. Fable actually looks pretty dang good. The other stuff they showed, I truly did not care. But let's go through the 4 games.
Okay, but bro, that doesn't mean that do you mean Forza literally looked amazing? Just because you don't care about something doesn't mean it didn't look good. And even Double Fine trying to be creative and do something innovative, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The industry needs more stuff like that. It looks like Dreamcast guy's been lifting though. Okay, I see you, bro. We don't hate over here, but this though, nah. That guy's funny, man. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, you have to laugh. It's funny.
Games, and I want to talk about why something about a lot of Xbox shows now. There's always this air of pessimism, right? I mean, they do so many layoffs, they close so many studios. At this point, they're completely third party. So yes, every game today is also coming to PlayStation, to PC. Some of them are probably coming to Nintendo Switch too. I feel like ever since the closure of stuff like Project like Everwild or Perfect Dark, even when you see a good game, it always feels like, okay, is this actually going to release? They're claiming these games are coming out in 2026. We'll see how many of them really actually come out. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So we're going to go in reverse order. This thing started off incredibly boring, personally, but we're going to start with the good game, which is Fable, and go backwards from there. So let me just start with the fact that, honestly, Fable looks very different from the old school games. Mostly because now it's completely open world. If you've played the old Fable games recently, even the remake of Fable 1, the Fable Anniversary Edition, I love those games a lot. I grew up very much loving Fable, but they're very contained. The maps...
Yeah, I did too. I beat all of them 100% damn near. Though I was disappointed in Fable 3 because the final boss was so like... I'm like, dude, I slapped the hell out of him and he died. And it just felt too easy, and it didn't have the soul that Fable 2 and 1 had. And I don't know, man. It's not like I didn't like Fable 3, but it wasn't nowhere near as good as 2 and 1. But I don't understand what he means start off with like that. Like, he make it seem like Forza's in the back, like it didn't have a... Like, what? Oh, I don't know, man. This guy's funny.
The structure, they're very, very rigid. They're very fun. I'm not going to pretend that they're not incredibly fun, building up combos and being the hero of Albion and stuff, but they were very, very, very tightly constructed. Having it shift to being open world feels like such a huge, huge departure, but that was the thing that kind of scared me the most. I like the fact that the director of the game actually started with saying, look, we're not the inventors of Fable, but we are fans of it, and we spent years trying to make this as good as possible. They seem very sincere. The only part of this that still doesn't quite work for me, something about the characters themselves look really weird. Everybody kind of looks like, I don't know, weird claymation or cartoonish. The worlds look good, the monsters look good, the combat looks good, the magic looks good, but man, I am still not really sold about why everybody looks and sounds like that. The other part that's a bit weird about this is that in Fable 3, there was this thing called, like, Build the Kingdom, where basically you become king, and then after you become king, you get a chance to, like, establish chunks of the kingdom. Where do I want to spend the money? Where do I want to tax people and stuff? It seems like they're trying to blow up that. You can now buy any house, evict people, buy businesses, set up franchises, and I guess that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
But why put that into Fable, right? I mean, when I think about Fable, I think about being the hero of Albion. I think about that quirky British humor. I think about the cool exploration. I think about the fact that there's this world and this tight story I'm going through, making it have this gray morality system and so much stuff about like how you're affecting the individual homes of it. I don't know. I feel like I'm completely open-minded to what Fable comes out to be. It's coming autumn 2026. I'm definitely buying it. I'm probably going to buy it on PS5 or PC, but maybe perchance I'll get it on Xbox. But let's talk.
No, he's not. Here's my thing. Like, there's innovation in that system. Fable needs to do that. There's too many open worlds that are too similar. Ubisoft made that too damn generic. And you just see too many games where it's like, no, not every game is a Witcher or a Cyberpunk. Fable kind of has a little bit of that Witcher aspect to it. I like that the combat is not mindless and casual, where you could just smash through everything and beat down the meter real quick. There's a bit of depth to it. You're going to have to learn the system. You're not going to just go in there and do whatever the hell you want. And as far as like simulation engagement, that's good, dude. That adds value to it. The only thing that could make that possibly better is if you have some online integration with that. But I like that because that adds more immersion to the world outside of the combat. They're doing things that are kind of a little bit innovation in an open world sense and kind of expanding the system that was kind of in favor where you could buy houses, sleep with people, have marriage. They're expanding that out. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So I'm looking forward to see how that is going to play out. And they're taking a chance to be more creative with that. That's not bad to me. That's good. How's it going to turn out? We're going to see. There's still a lot more we have to learn about this game, but they did not let me down because we were worried about the position that it was in last year. And to him, this was his favorite game of the show. And I said the same thing. Like, I was kind of looking forward to see how this came out because that determines a lot about how good this direct was. And the reason why I say that is because I knew Horizon 6 was going to be good. That's not something I need to doubt. I was more worried about Fable, and now I'm not worried about it. I just need to see how the character personalities are going to be with the writing, and I know what he means by like the way the characters look, but I think for the most part we'll be okay.
Talk about the next game. We are going in reverse order. So they showed a surprise game today. They always show a surprise game. There's always like 3 games officially revealed and then a 4th like, hey, check it out. This looks terrible. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is a Pottery Party Brawler by Double Fine. Obviously, Double Fine, legendarily humorous studio. They made all sorts of stuff like Grim Fandango, and Brutal Legend, and now recently Keeper. I do not care about this. Everybody that plays this game, like the 12 people that play this game, are just going to make big pottery dicks. You can make whatever kind of pot you want. It's just going to be big, throbbing, veiny party people, right? I don't care about this at all. This was the surprise game. At least I kind of figured there'd be a shadow drop. I'll admit the fact that I'm disappointed because...
No, I agree with him on that. I think if they wanted a bigger power presentation, would have made this get more oomph, is if they shadow dropped something that would have been more attractive to the whole world outside of the Xbox ecosystem too. Like Steam was like, ooh, man, that's a nice surprise. PlayStation 2 and even people on Nintendo Switch were like, oh man, I hope we can get this game. Like, this is not the game for that. That's why I feel like You could have had this have its own little silent release to the side and put something better in there. Otherwise, the direct would have been a lot better because you would have had that with Beast and Reincarnation looking solid, Forza Horizon 6 looking good, and Fable looking good. I think they did mess up with the secret game, and they could have put something else there that would have had more oomph to it. I really think they should have done that.
Everybody knew there was going to be a secret game. I was hoping we were going to get more details about Gears of War, I don't know, E-Day.
State of Decay.
I was hoping we'd get more stuff about that new Halo project. Something where they said, hey, everything is 2026 except for this one game. Here's our 2027 project. The fact that the one more thing was actually Pottery, that it's a kiln-based party brawler, no, absolutely not. No. Okay. Next up, let's talk about Forza Horizon 6. Now, I'm in a weird spot where I really did not like Forza Horizon 5. And I know I'm the only person in the world that thinks that. Something about driving around so many empty areas of Mexico. Forza Horizon 5 was huge. It won a ton of awards. They ported it to PlayStation 5, and now it's like one of the top-selling Xbox games on PS5 by a huge margin. I know that I'm just the one person in the world that just really didn't vibe with it. I used to be much more into racing games, and I still like racing games on occasion. I definitely have my 85 hours in Gran Turismo 5 and stuff, but I don't know. Something about open-world racing, for me, doesn't really work. But I gotta admit, I love Japan. I think Japan just is absolutely gorgeous. So taking that open worldness of drive to a destination, make a race, see other players, do special events, that to me sounds good. But I have to say that the thing that kind of struck me the most during this was they talked about better balancing it than Forza Horizon 5. A lot of the early cars, this will have 550 cars at launch, and they straight up said they're trying to do better about balancing stuff out. Because early cars in Forza Horizon 5 were way too slow, and the late cars were practically rocket ships, right?
Yeah, he's right about that, and they're going to do a better job with that. I don't understand what's the problem with Forza Horizon 6, though. I mean, it was fuego.
They're trying to make it more like a homogeneity, where now when you're playing stuff, it actually feels good to play everything instead of just the supercars, right? But I still got to say, I think driving around the cities is cool and stuff. I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm not in the mood for another Forza game. It's coming out May 19th on Xbox and PC, and then later this year on PS5. I mean, I might pick this up. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just that right now.
He's saying that right now, but we know how this works with him, guys. He's going to get it. He's going to talk about it, and he's going to like it when it comes out and he plays it. Dude, like, even if I didn't want to get the game, you neutrally have to see how good something is. This game is primo. It's going to be like a 90-plus meta game. It's in a perfect setting in Japan, too. They mix the lifestyle outside of Tokyo with Tokyo having the biggest city ever. You get in more cars ever and more balance, which is good. I don't understand how... Yeah, I don't understand how you could be negative towards it. It looks fantastic, and it's next-gen only.
I have not played a really standout, amazing freaking racing game in a while. So if this turns out to be it, I would love to be wrong. But right now, I don't know. The fact that they're making both this, Playground Games is making both Fable and Forza at the same time, I don't know, man. I'm much more excited and more curious about Fable than this of the two projects. Now, the last game, by far, the one I cared the least about. Beast of Reincarnation. This is by Game Freak. I'm not even joking. They mentioned, we're Game Freak. We worked on Pokemon. They mentioned it like 11 times. Like, hey, here's the character artist. He worked on Pokemon. We know a lot about monster design. We worked on Pokemon. We get it. We get it. You guys are the Pokemon people. We get it. Pokemon Company owns Pokemon. You've made a lot of Pokemon. We get it, right? So this is a RPG. It's like a hack and slash sort of a action RPG, but with some of the mechanics they showed is like slowing down time to do big special attacks. But the whole idea of it is that there's these parasitic plants called the Blight. They've basically destroyed the planets, and you're a person that's magically immune to it. You've got like these special vine whip powers, and so the people in town are afraid of you. The rest of the world is all cool and futuristic, and for some reason you're like a roaming plant samurai, and now you're trying to go and take out the Blight with your friendly dog companion, Ku. I don't know, Mike. I can't even really put into words. Something about this looks sloppy. The monster design, the graphics, the way it all kind of feels, something about this looks very sloppy. Well,
it's going to be on Game Pass in case if you want to try it day one. We're going to see how it goes. I mean, I'm looking forward to Pokemon Gen 10 and any remakes they're doing, but seeing Game Freak step outside of that graphic zone that people were complaining about and make this jump gives you a positive idea of what they're capable of doing. That's what I like about this game. They stepped out of their comfort zone. Just like the Forza developers at Playgrounds and even Turn 10, who some of them they put on to help finish Forza Horizon as they worked on Fable, have stepped out of their comfort zone again. Double Fine is stepping off their comfort zone. They're being creative. That's not a bad thing. It's just this wasn't the place to show that at. Beast of Reincarnation was just a grab because they didn't want to show anything else, and they're trying to probably have something else for the next Xbox Dev Direct or wherever that's going to be. But I don't know. I'm interested in this game, and I want to see what it's capable of doing. It's good seeing Game Freak be able to do something away from Pokemon, and seeing that Nintendo does not hold anybody hostage. You didn't even see a Switch 2 announcement. There's different ways to look at things. I get what he's saying. You don't have to be interested in it. And I even said this is not really for the Western crowd on Xbox Dev Direct, but I see they grabbed that to show that we're going to have a different type of genre and aspect coming from a Nintendo developer, and it's going to be on Game Pass day one. That's not necessarily a bad thing. We're going to see how it turns out. But overall, I mean, yeah, I didn't say this Direct was amazing or anything, but it was solid because they pulled it off with Fable. And it really was about specifically Fable and Forza. The mistake they made was definitely that Double Fine game. They could have put something else there as a powerhouse secret reveal, and I think it would have been better. But overall, like I said, it met my expectations because I was really here for Fable, and I was really here for Forza, and I got what I wanted. So I don't know about this being the worst thing ever and all that. That's just him being him. So you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. As usual, you know what I mean, bringing you 3 episodes a day. We ain't going anywhere. Thank you all for all the support. I appreciate it. Peace and love.